this is not my normal hot or flop of the week. This is totally different. This is going to be probably the hottest book of my lifetime for personal reasons. This book is not one that is going to be probably hitting your LCS because it's from a very independent publisher. With that being said, make sure to go check out Robbie and his team over at Rogue Comix on Instagram, because there's going to be some pretty cool stuff going on in one of his issues, as well as some stuff I'm about to tell you about right now. Now, normally when I do videos with you guys, I'm kind of chill, I'm lounging, hence the whole Comix lounge. It's very relaxed, it's back here, you guys know it, but this is your host at the Comix Lounge, Chris, Lounger Chris, and I can't wait to tell you this news. So before I do get into it anymore, if you have not checked out Rogue Comix, please go check them out. Please go watch my interview with them, because that's where this all kind of stemmed from. I interviewed them about a month ago, and it was an absolutely amazing month. Well, an amazing month and an amazing interview. Now, the interview went amazing for a couple different reasons. One, it was my very first publisher interview. It was the first time I got to think and listen about the publisher's woes and processes that they go through. And I really learned a lot, and I think you guys did too. It was definitely one of those comics that was just really amazing. The stuff they do over there at Rogue Comix is phenomenal, and Robbie is just an amazing guy. So that's when we kind of got to talking. And if you watched that, and if you haven't, please go back and watch it. Or if you don't know what I'm talking about, please go rewatch it if you did watch pieces of it, because this is pretty big news. So back in college, I used to write a lot of stories, and even back into high school, I think it was 9th or 10th grade when I started writing. I dabbled in poems for a little bit, did some short stories. I've started 3 novels that I've never finished. And short stories have kind of been where it's at for me. I've been a huge fan of just enjoying writing and reading for the past decade, and even before that. So I was like, I really want to talk to Robbie, and he kind of came to me and said, hey, I'd like to read some of the stuff that we were talking about on our chat. And I said, hell yeah, I'd love to share it. I share it with people whenever I talk to them. It would be cool to share it with someone who knows what they're doing and can actually look at it from a different perspective. So I sent him over 3 different issues, or 3 different stories, I should say, not issues, because they're not comics. They're actually not comic related at all. They were 3 different stories that I wrote back in college for a elective that I took my junior year. So 2012, either the winter of 2012 or the spring of 2013 is when I took this class and wrote these stories. So then I sent him over a story called Make Room, and he immediately was like, dude, I read it, it's really cool, and I want to share it. And I said, go ahead, share it. He goes, no, I want to publish it in one of our books. And I'm still speechless right now doing this. I'm never speechless. I talk to you guys all the time. You guys listen to me talk on our weekly comic chat. I'm never speechless about stuff like this. But hearing that he wanted to publish into his book one of my stories that I wrote, I was over the moon. So here's the story. Here's a snippet before I go any further. It's titled Make Room. When moving into a house, make sure you check every room. What about the house where the previous owner left the home years ago without a trace? What would you find wrong there? When I met with the woman from the bank, I had her pull the blueprints so that if I wanted to renovate, I could. As I began to go on the tour of the freshly cleaned house, I noticed some things were out of place. There were clearly a few scars that were left, but it was worth its weight in gold. It was about what could be, not what is or was. We moved from room to room with ease, discussing what needed to be done. To say that we were enthralled in this space was an understatement that could measure off the scales. The time that flew by seemed to take forever. We would be in one room for an eternity, while another room would seem to take seconds and last forever. We spent the most time on the most important rundown rooms. And that's where I'll leave you guys. I was going to read just the first paragraph, but I feel like that's a pretty nice stopping point right there. And it goes on. It's just 2 pages that I wrote, like I said, way back in college. And I'm excited by it. I'm very excited at the prospect of having my very first written work published. So being able to say, hey, I'm a published author, that's pretty sweet. Not many people ever get to say that in their lifetime. And someone who was published just off of a chance, like taking that chance, doing that interview, is amazing, because without the Comix Lounge, without you guys, this would never be the case. This would be something that probably would never came to fruition. I would have never heard of Rogue Comics. I would have never met Robbie, and I would have never seen any of the artwork they do and kind of fallen in love with that amazing artwork and those really cool stories like Adam and Eternity. And I have you guys to thank. So thank you. Like, that's just the long and short of it. By doing these interviews, by building my way up to all of this, the past month and a half, 2 months, however long ago it was, have been really cool. And I'm very excited to say that because of all the stuff you guys have watched and all the help and support that you guys have given over the past year and some change, it's all led up to this. So thank you. That's really all I can say. With that being said, I think I might do a little bit more like fan fiction kind of stuff on the channel as well, and kind of dive deeper into maybe like fan theories and different things along those lines. But we'll see how that all shakes out. Thank you for watching. As always, stay nerdy, comic fam. It's been an absolute pleasure. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. And thank you so much for all you have done to help make this channel what it is today. It's been an absolute pleasure. Hashtag Launchers Assemble. And as always, come lounge with us anytime. Friday nights are our live streams up until our 1,000 subscriber giveaway goes live. I will be doing some fun trivia nights on Friday nights during our live stream. Those will be at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, so make sure to check that out. Thank you for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. Have a good one, everyone.